Hey y'all, with Chantel here. Welcome back to my channel. I just got off from work, so today's the perfect time for me to film a video on life after college. So if you don't know, I graduated from college in May 2019 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and a minor in entrepreneurship. So as a recent college graduate, I have experienced so many different emotions, the good, the bad. I'm in a new apartment. I'm a part of the corporate world now. So just transitioning into being an adult and finding myself is currently what I'm going through. So I asked my friends on Instagram to ask me some questions on life after college. So the first question I was asked is, was I or am I dealing with post-grad depression? And post-grad depression for recent college graduates is a very huge thing, especially for me because you're trying to figure out what the heck you're going to do next. Whether it's going to grad school, taking a year off, joining the corporate world, whatever it is, that's stressful within itself. So especially like if your parents or your family, anybody is like stressing you, asking you, hey, what are you gonna do after college? Do your best to not let that stress you out because you're already stressed out enough trying to figure out the best move for you. So I've been blessed to be a recent college graduate that had a job offer before I even graduated, so I didn't have to worry about that. So I felt like that didn't play like a huge factor in my post-grad depression. Mostly my post-grad depression came from being the only person in my friend group that graduated from college on time. So most of my friends, they're in different classification. I was a senior, they were a junior or a sophomore, or they were graduating a semester after me. So being the only person in your main like friend group to graduate, that can kind of make you feel lonely at times because nobody can relate to like the job search aspect, the getting an apartment, dealing with like the corporate world and all the other stuff that you may going through. Because like while they're worrying about their midterms and stuff, you're worrying about a whole new separate situation. So I kind of felt alone in that aspect of it. But how I'm dealing with it now is maintaining good contact and good friendships with the people that are still in college. So my fraternity brothers, they're an hour away in Greensboro. Last month, if you've seen in my other vlog, we went to brunch in a wine vineyard, and then my other best friend in Winston-Salem, we hang out and we text. My other friend in Charlotte, we still hang out and communicate. So just making sure that I'm maintaining good contact, because like being like a recent college graduate, not in college anymore, you don't have spring break. So being blessed to take off from work to go do spring break with some of my fraternity brothers in a few weeks. We're going to Mexico. That's awesome. So just to deal with that loneliness, make sure you just keep good contact with your friends. Okay, so the next question I was asked is, do I have any advice for a soon-to-be college grad? Of course. So the first thing that I can say, don't compare somebody else's path to your path. If your friend or one of your peers has a job offer lined up, I mean, that's their blessing. Your blessing will come as well. So don't feel down if you haven't had a job offer or you got rejected or you don't even know what the heck you want to do. Don't feel bad. Another thing of advice I can give you is to just save your money. I know some people, when they graduate from college, you don't want to move back home with their parents. I did that, and staying at home for like 6 months got me to be in this apartment, and it helped me save money and build up my credit score. So sometimes I just take sacrifices to get to where you need to be. So I'll probably do another video on like why I moved back home after college. Like you're not in a rush. You may feel like you're in a rush, like you need to have like plan A, plan B, plan C, like, figured out, but you really don't have to. Take your time, especially like graduated from college, just relax. You spent so many years studying, so many years just stressed out with school, so just take that time to just find yourself, especially if you don't know what your next move is. Just take the time to find yourself, pray, and it will definitely come to you. Another question I was asked was, is there anything that I wish I would have done differently while I was in college? Not necessarily. I'm happy with all of my decisions. My freshman and sophomore year, I spent at UNC Charlotte. I was a computer science major. I wasn't happy with UNC Charlotte anymore, so I transferred to UNC Greensboro, majored in business. My junior year, I did the completely all online program, and I stayed in Durham, an hour away. And then my senior year, that's when I moved to Greensboro to finish off like my last year on campus. So, I mean, I can't live in the past. I'm not gonna say I wish I would have done anything differently. I was happy with my decision to join a business fraternity because I've met so many wonderful people that I've become close with now. So I don't have any regrets with my college experience. But when it comes to like the money aspect, I probably would have considered going to a college in my hometown to save money, because after, you know, graduated from college, now you have student loans. I feel like I would have saved a lot of money and made like better financial decisions if I went to NCCU or NC State or, you know, Chapel Hill or Duke, whatever, any school that's in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, I probably would have considered going to. So the next question I was asked is, how did I relocate and decorate my apartment without going broke? That's a very good question. If you know me personally, you know that I like nice things, I have high standards. So of course the things that I want pretty much tend to be very expensive. So to avoid not going broke is just start looking at the things that you want ahead of time. So after graduating college in May, I stayed at home from May to like beginning of December. And then the middle of December, that's when I moved out and got my apartment. So in May, I started looking at furniture. So my sofa in the background, I got it Rooms to Go. Back in May, it was like the sofa was $7.99. I knew, okay, Rooms to Go, they do sales around the holidays. So since I knew that I was moving in the middle of December, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my sofa during Black Friday. So during the Black Friday promotion, the sofa went down to $6.50. All of my other furniture, I pretty much like estimated like when it would go on sale. And just picking out what I want ahead of time, knowing what style I wanted ahead of time. So when it came down to finding the things that I actually wanted, I could compare and contrast. So like, for example, let's say these furry ottomans that I have right here. I knew I wanted a furry ottoman. So I would look at Wayfair for ottomans, Amazon, Target. So looking at the reviews and stuff for products, sometimes the cheapest option isn't the best option. Sometimes the most expensive option isn't the best option. So just looking at different stores and just finding what you're looking for. Because at the end of the day, if you're spending a lot of money on furniture or just getting furniture in general, you want to be happy with your purchase. So just doing your research ahead of time is key. When it comes to actually picking your apartment, start looking early ahead of time. Like I reserved my actual apartment in July, even though I was moving in December. So check with the apartment complex that you're interested in to see if you can reserve your apartment ahead of time. So I pretty much knew what area I wanted to be in. I knew I wanted to be close to work. So I'm 5 minutes from my job. So compared to some of my other peers, they're like 20, 30 minutes plus out. So just looking at key factors like being close to your job, where you're going to be close to your family, close to restaurants, grocery stores, all of that is within proximity of this area. So just doing your research. Also, roommate options. I knew I didn't want a roommate from past experiences, but some of my peers, they have roommates. So also figure out if you want to do that. I pay about $1,089 in rent a month. So just breaking down what my utilities are, making sure I take them, making sure I can afford my rent. So each paycheck, I take half of my rent and put it into a separate account. So when it's time for the rent to be due the first of the month, I just take that account and pay on it. Well, pay the rent. So just making sure you know what you're looking for. So there's a lot of apartments in my area. So there was one that I was interested in that's actually across the street from me. I really didn't like the vibe of it. And then I saw the apartment place I'm at now. It was new, it was coming in July. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait out for that. Because most of the time when it's a new apartment complex, one thing I've noticed is the prices are gonna be cheaper, or they're gonna be offering a special like free rent for a month or waived admin and application fee. So take advantage of new apartment complexes coming in your area, because they're gonna do stuff to draw residents in. So the last question I was asked is, what are the things that are challenging about having your first apartment? So this is my second apartment. My first apartment was in Charlotte, North Carolina, but having my apartment here in Durham, North Carolina, just having the utilities, because my first apartment utilities were like included in the rent. So this apartment, I have to pay water, I have to pay electricity, sewage, there's a trash fee, there's a, what's it called, bug inspection fee. I know the word, but I can't think of it right now. But there's so many different fees and stuff. You have to have renter's insurance. So just, these are a new set of bills that just come your way that you have to prepare for and budget for. So that's the very difficult part about having a first apartment. I like living by myself. I like being in my own space, you know, decorating things the way I want to have it, walking around my apartment comfortably the way I want to, having the temperature the way I want to. I like to have my apartment cold. So if you've been to my apartment, I know you have froze before. So I currently have a lot of throw blankets around my apartment for my friends and stuff that come over. But having a first apartment, it's amazing. I love it. Just don't like paying rent. So this concludes this video. If you have any other questions or comments to ask me about being a recent college graduate, please drop them down in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Oh, and subscribe. Bye.